Howdy y'all, welcome to Lex Lives. I think it's time we play a little Infi-Tech 2. Alright. I don't know what we're gonna get done today, but I did put in a bunch of work. You will note that my pile of chest is gone. Okay, let me turn off my jetpack here. As we come, what am I getting hung on here when I come down these? Oh, I'm like, why am I getting hung there? But hung there. It's because that's open. But I have run multiple chests of stuff through everything. Check it out. There are my gems. Here are my ores, for the most part. What is that? Oh, yeah. It's a diamond chest. I'm like, what is that? But that's a diamond chest that I put in there because things weren't going where I wanted them to. But all my ores are now sorted. And you can see I finished my little alcove here. Most of these chests are just empty. Not all of them, but most of them. That was just my way to remind myself that they were there. And then I've also done some work down here, and these are mostly my ores and not my ores, my dusts and my crushed ores. For the most part. There is some other stuff mixed in there here and there. I see there's some oak wood here and string up there, and I do have a couple with obsidian, which just basically link my drawer controller. Now after experimentation, it only goes out 6. And so far it has gone out exactly 6 every time. And I did take down all of the drawers and move them over here. And then I emptied one of the drawers into a chest, and then I placed it there, and then I moved a drawer over and let it load into here. I learned a new thing about the item conduit. It can only pull out so much at a time, but that's per inventory. So the more inventories you have hooked to it, the more things it pulls out. It's weird. Like, you'd think it would just yank everything, but no. If I have one thing hooked up to it, it only pulls at one speed. If I have 4 things hooked up to it, it pulls the same speed it looks like from all 4. So I actually had it out to here and just had like 8 things hooked up to it, and then I would put down a drawer and then wait for it to fill up and then put down the next drawer. And so I got to 6, and then when I put the 7th one down, there was stuff to go in, but nothing was happening. And so I started the next row, and I just ran over until it stopped working. And so 6 is as far as it seems to work for me, which is fine. Because look, I didn't really need it. 1, 2, 3. I only got up to 5, and I didn't even get all the way across with all the ores that I currently have available. Gems, of course, didn't make it that far either. I was thinking about doing the same thing with my ingots, but I'm pretty sure I don't want to at this point. How many of those do I have left now, though? I do have 43 of these. So I could start a new drawer for sure. New set of drawers upstairs. I also learned a thing about. Now you can see here my redstone dust is at 2,240 redstone dust, impure redstone dust. I learned that you can stack these things. So if I take the obsidian upgrade and I hit this chest again, look, it is now a stack limit of 80-10, 120 120 stacks by 15, it says, whatever that means. That's all my obsidian upgrades though. And but yeah, I mean I have gone and pulled all of these into there and stuff like that. I also noticed there was a problem with my. Look, it's doing it again. This is not capable for some weird reason of getting past the fact that these are here. You can see a little purple glow. I have to physically remove my conduit to allow the quarry to go through there. I've been wondering why my quarry wasn't filling up, and I thought what was happening was that it was resetting every day and starting over every time I loaded my server. But no, it was just hung on this piece of Ender IO conduit. And so, for whatever reason, the Ender quarry cannot quarry in the same area as the Ender conduit, which is unfortunate because I've still got a few more pieces here. So we'll have to check back on that later. I'm glad I figured it out though, because I was like, oh man, now I'm gonna have to. I thought maybe it was the areas were too small or something, and but no, it are large, not small. I thought the area I had quarried off was too large. I thought maybe that had been a setting that had been changed. But no, it was just, it can't quarry through Ender IO, or through, yeah, the Ender conduits. This is supposed to be in here with this. I'm going to move this back down there too. These could probably hang out in there. Why don't you take one of those? I don't need to carry both of those. You can have the andesite and the stairs. I am going to place this on the bookshelf. Okay, there are some chests still here because I just haven't taken the time to move the stuff out of them. Plus, some of that hurts when you move it. But yeah, I spent a long time today moving stuff around and building this little area and running power out to the other Ender quarry, which finished. It was about halfway done or so when I started playing today, so because pretty much all I've done today is move my inventory, my storage around. I saw the comment. Inventory, storage, it's the same thing in my head. Just there's my inventory and then there's my storage drawer inventory. Alright, so I guess I don't need these books on me either. Oh man, I've got so many books. So I think when I left off, the thing I needed was titanium. I got no titanium. Nothing. I do, however, have some silicon in there that could be cooking up while I wait here. What about down here? No. No titanium. No titanium. What about in here? Oh, there is stuff to make titanium, but I moved a 512 steam turbine over here specifically to keep this thing running. And it's basically, well, no, I just turned on my blast furnace, but it was basically the only thing connected. I forgot to turn this on earlier. It runs out of power so fast, it's ridiculous. Look at it, just look at it go. Takes a lot of power to run this thing. A lot. Alright, well, we'll let you run until you run out of power. So that's going to give me a little bit of titanium. I know when we left off, I've got 4 titanium plates. I've got 35 titanium screws. Where are my titanium rods? Oh no, I turn those into screws and then rings. So the problem is I need 8 by 4. I need 32 rings and 32 screws. I've got enough screws, but I need 32 rings. I've got 9. 9. I can't do math. I just can't. It's I need 23 more. So I need 12 more ingots of titanium just to get that one part. But then I also need 4 plates times 4 whatever they're called, fans. That's not what they're called, but 4 plates per 4 rotors by 8. So 4 times 4 is 16 times 8 is, oh wow, 124. Does that seem right? Yeah, I need a bajillion. That's all there is to it. I need a bajillion. A bajillion titanium. I do have enough liquid to run out my rods though. Okay, let's swap this around. Not in and out. I need extract. There we go. And insert. Put all that oxygen back in there. And then you can shut it and recharge your battery. Alright, how we doing? Good there. Grab this guy. I guess we'll just put you right there for the moment. And then I need this. Let me check the... This should be full. Yep. Thanks to my increased flow to my furnace here. Come on, insert. All right. So that'll get me some titanium. Where's my book here? I don't need my book actually. I need... So the other thing I'm going to need is I put that book away. I need it back because I need to know what I've got to grab. Nope. Because I need maintenance muffler, EV dynamo, maintenance muffler, EV dynamo, and 2 input hatches. Maintenance muffler and 2 input hatches. Okay, so let's see. I know I've got, there's a muffler hatch, there's a maintenance hatch. That's the wrong kind of dynamo. I know I'm stealing pieces from other things, but It's fine. If they're in the chest, I'm not really using them, right? So the muffler hatch then goes here. Because I forgot about it when I was putting that thing together. And you know what? I need another one of these stable titanium casings, don't I? Because there's a maintenance hatch on this side, but there isn't a maintenance hatch on the other side. Yep. Now, where did you put your... They have their input on the back, so I'm going to put mine on the back as well. So there's my maintenance hatch. So now I need two input hatches. Okay. Bum, bum, bum. You know what? You don't go in there. Get out of there. Technically, I don't think you go in there either. Neither do you, for that matter. You... Oh, you're one of those odd ones. Sometimes, and I don't know what the deal is, sometimes you get some of those that don't stack, which I find to be weird. Okay, now, I need... LV machine hulls will do it. And then I believe hatches are glass, right? Input. Yep, it's glass. And it says there's 2 input hatches, so 2 of you input hatches. I just grabbed the LV ones. I know the difference is how much they can accept at a time, but I haven't found that to be an issue so far. Okay, one of those there. One of those there. So the last thing I gotta make is an EV dynamo. EV. I mean, these other things I gotta make. They just don't have the supplies for it. That's an EV hatch with an aluminum casing. That's all made out of titanium. I suppose technically that gives me enough titanium to do this. Where's my aluminum? I used up my aluminum cable, didn't I? I did. Okay, I need to get some rubber. Oh, this will do it. I was thinking I've probably got some made. Nope, I don't. I've got stuff to make it, though. You do your thing. Okay. Take that and circuit 24. And 14 of those. That's enough. Oop, oop. You know what else I need? I need the titanium plates. And I need polyethylene plates. And oh, just an aluminum cable. Okay. Alright, so I want to do this. Boop, 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 boop. I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this. And I want to do this. You know, there's no recipe. What does it matter where I stick these things? That's so weird. Okay. Here's the thing. This is going to produce EV level power. I'm going to have to use transformers to turn it into what I can currently use. Right? So if I take... I'm just going to stick it in here for now, but there's a good chance I'm going to have to move this thing someplace else once I get all the bits and bobs done. Because I feel like it's way more than more power than I'm currently using. And I want it to be able to be used by everything, which is why I put it next to this cable. But most of these machines can't accept that much power. And so I either need transformers on the machines or transformers behind the thing. And that is an experiment I have not done yet. I used to do this thing where your EU would come in and I would load it into a... I want to say it was an MFSU. And then I would put in cables. And so then half of MFSU was an MFE. And so I would actually do this. And so then I'd have my MFE and my MFE. Ooh, thanks for letting me know. And then this would... Right? Is this right? An MFSU to two MFEs, and then each of those, yeah, would go into two battery boxes. Although I might not have had spaces between them. They might have just been right next to each other. And so I called them my power trees. And then your machines would go on the front of these. Now, we don't use the MFE, MFSU, the battery boxes. Instead, we use batteries for all of that. And so I could probably kind of do the same thing. But I would need a much bigger base than what I currently use. I really don't want to start a new base. I like the one I've got. But I do need to expand it. So I'm wondering if I can't go from the 2048 to 4. I think it's a step down from 2048 to 512 transformer, because I don't think there's a an in between those two. Yeah, so 2048 to 512 would actually be 4. So could I take the 2048, do 4 512s, and then from them, from the 512s, man, I'd have to go way far down, because then I'd have to go, each of those would become a, that would work, I guess. There'd be some loss due to cabling, but so I'm basically going to need 4 high if this works that way. I don't know if it works that way. In my head it does. It makes mathematical sense. I don't know if it makes practical sense. Interesting. How do we do here? No, you don't need dirt in there. So slow. Okay. Now. So let me go back out and look at this. And then I need to go down and check my quarry to make sure it got past that spot. So I'm going to have to move this thing down because I need 4 spots. And so basically I'm going to wind up with... That'll work though, because then I can plug that hole that's in my floor. So if I do transformer, 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 cable, 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 whoops, cable, cable, right? That's from the 128s. And then I do 128 and 128, or I could do 128, 128, and then they split. And then those would be cable, 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 cable off of each of the 512s, which are cable, 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 cable off of the back of the... Right, so all of that can move down. This probably moved down one more, actually. So yeah, I basically need to move my diesel engine 1, 2, 3, 4 out to here. This would be my engine. Yep, I totally can aim. And we're going to bring that down actually one more. Somehow I got off by one. So yeah, totally bringing my diesel engine back over to this position, and then just having a series of transformers to get the power down to 32. Now, I'm taking it down to 32 because some of my machines are still 32. As far as I can tell, that doesn't make a big difference. I mean, eventually, maybe, provided I find the time. It's not just time either. Sometimes I just don't feel like working that hard on this. And although I had the bug this week, which is why I got as much done as I did. Today has been a pretty quiet day. I just watched a couple movies and worked on this. And I am happy to have all of this semi-sorted. It's not sorted by alphabet or anything like that, or types or anything, but they are sorted by general types. Ores versus gems versus dust and crushed from everything that's been worked through. Plus, I got this nice little room down here. I like that. Okay, and I'm assuming you're stuck up on. Yep, just wasting my steam is what it's doing. Yep, and it's stuck right here. Because it's dumb. This is my transferring tree, so I've got to have this going. You know what's really weird too is that it doesn't seem to care about the farm, so the farm blocks are okay, but it will not let me leave the levers on the back of these. It pulls them off every time. It's so weird. But, all right. Well, with that, I think I'm going to call it a day. So click like, subscribe, share, and catch the next one. I will talk to you later.